Moves it out to the right, onto the edge of the penalty area, where Pulisic was bearing in, and then a pivotal interception from Sanchez, who just came out early, read the situation well. Stops Chelsea in their tracks. Pulisic looking to get round the Brighton keeper after getting the better of Estepinian. Just had too much to do, and Sanchez read the situation perfectly. But Chelsea back on the attack again, cleared away by Brighton only as far as Mount. Played out in towards the path of Cucurella out on the left-hand side. Forward it goes first time in towards Mount again, but it's well read by Adam Webster, and it goes out of play for Brighton. Hove Albion goal kick. 9 minutes played. Brighton 1, Chelsea 0. And Roberto De Zerbi, who was looking for his first victory in charge of Brighton, couldn't have asked for a much better start. Thiago Silva was the man who gave the ball away. It was picked up by Matoma, who then fed through Trossard, gets his footing right, and then slams it home past both Chalobah and Cucurella. Nothing they really could have done about it. Chelsea, who had been sloppy in the first few minutes, were finally punished. 1-0. The Seagulls leads in this one. Of course, this is one of a number of 3 p.m. kickoffs in the Premier League. One of 5 that are taking place currently. Elsewhere, well, there's no goals elsewhere. Bournemouth 0, Tottenham 0, Brentford 0, Wolves 0, Palace 0, Southampton 0, Newcastle 0, Aston Villa 0. Manchester City got the better of Leicester City in the early kick-off. A brilliant free kick from Kevin De Bruyne at the start of the second half. Secured victory for Pep Guardiola's side in that one, as Mateo Kovacic gives away a free kick following a foul on Sonny Marsh, and his protests on top of the foul has earned him the first yellow card of the afternoon. It was a late one, up in the air. Marsh looking to regain control, chesting it up in the air, then looking to bring it down with his foot, and then Kovacic comes barging in to put him onto the deck, and that's why he's the first recipient of Andy Madley's yellow card this afternoon. So Brighton then with a free kick out on the right hand side as they attack in this opening period. Near side is, if you look at it, is McAllister over it. Best part of 30 yards from goal out on this right flank. It's going to be swung in towards the edge of the penalty area. Just keeping a high line. It's swung in by Gross, who played a little bit of a dummy there. Ball goes back in again, swung again, and not held by Kepa Balago. And now this is March. Brighton, a sense in blood here. Cross goes into the penalty area, cleared away by Gallagher. Sterling going to get it away, he couldn't quite. So this is Pascal Gross in towards the path of Sonny March. Away by Pulisic. And out of play it goes. Brighton fans know exactly what is happening here. They know they have got just exactly where they want to. When they win another corner out on this near touchline, the right hand side is Brighton attack in this opening period. It's their third corner in 12 minutes. It's going to be swung in by March, left footed, headed away at the near post. Mr. Pinian towards the path of McAllister. Caicedo for Brighton. Line to Estepinian. Back to Matoma. Forward it goes again in towards the path of Estepinian. This is Trossard. Looking to play it across in towards the path of Adam Lallana. But again, it's Thiago Silva who gets level to the attempt. Chelsea at the minute are all over the place defensively. How many times Thiago Silva's had to dig him out of a hole? It's incredible. Cross goes in, towards the near post, flicked on, flicked away, but it's going to be a second bite of the cherry here. This is done for Brighton, but the ball runs out of play, but more than encouraging start here for Brighton. Mount with the last touch. It's going to be yet another Brighton and Hove Albion corner. 13.5 minutes played. Brighton 1, Chelsea 0. Marsh to take it. It's going to be whipped in with his left foot. Swung into the near post again, and it's a second for Brighton. And the last touch coming off of Pascal Gross. And Chelsea are absolutely all over the place here. They trailed by 2-0. It looks as if it may have come off the head of Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the end. And it is seaside dreams for the Seagulls after 14 minutes. And it is a nightmare return for Graham Potter. It's going from bad to worse. Corner comes in, and it comes off the thigh of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It avoids everyone. It comes off of there. And clatters the top of the post and then into the back of the net. Nothing Chalobah can do. Nothing Kepa can do. And Chelsea now have it all to do. 2-0 down. And it is delightful deserving. Brighton are buoyant, but back up Chelsea with Mount with an effort. Around about 25 yards out. And it has been credited, well, it can't be credited for anything else than a Ruben Loftus-Cheek goal. It was Gross who wheeled away initially in celebration. And it was one of those awkward ones from our camera as to who it came off of and how it came off of someone, but it came off of Loftus-Cheek in the end. Sanchez clearing the ball for Brighton. He hasn't had much to do in the opening few minutes, it has to be said. He may have a bit of work to do now because Chelsea have a free kick 5 yards inside the Brighton and Hove Albion half. Now on the left-hand side as they attack in this opening period. Silva, 5 yards inside the Brighton and Hove Albion half. Marsh brought down by Mason Mount, midway inside his own half. So it's going to be a free kick to Brighton out on the right hand flank as they attack. Just got the sense that that was a frustrated tackle from Mount as he pulls him from behind. Gross with the free kick, played along the line and back in towards the path of Webster, back to Sanchez. Now played out to his left. It's the path of Lewis Duck. Now Webster on the other side of that centre half pairing for the Seagulls, dispossessed, and now Sterling edge of the area, left hand side, brings it side to Gallagher. Brilliant save on Sanchez, but the return from Pulisic goes wide. It was a big initial save for the Brighton goalkeeper, and then Pulisic was presented with an opportunity, with an open goal to aim at, but he can only blast his effort wide. And he cannot believe he's missed it. It was a good initial strike from Gallagher, parried away by Davinson Sanchez, and then Pulisic strikes it first time and strikes it wide. Been an eventful opening 17.5 minutes here at the Amex, where Brighton lead by 2-0. Chelsea should have pulled it back to 2-1 just there. Forward the ball goes to Solly March. Brighton looking for a third inside 20 minutes. Edge of the box, up against Cucurella. March brings it inside. Back it goes to McAllister. Trossard goes for goal itself, spilt by Kepa, but reclaims it second time. Clears it forward first time. This has been frantic and frenetic. It's been beautiful carnage this first 18 minutes or so. Cheek on the half. To Kovacic. Mount. Driving forward in the middle of the Brighton half. Sterling into the penalty area. Left hand side. Moves inside. To play it across towards the path of Kovacic. But Brighton clear their lines. It goes out of play. For a Chelsea throw. It's going to be taken by Cucurella, the man returning to the Amex this afternoon. It's not been a pleasant return for him, nor his current boss, Graham Potter. Cucurella throw first time back to Kovacic. Now Cucurella plays it back to Kovacic and it goes out of play for another Chelsea throw, which will again be taken by the 24-year-old. Making his 11th appearance of the season, mixed between some for Brighton and Chelsea. 19 on the clock here, Brighton 2, Chelsea 0. Sterling into the box, floats one in towards Gallagher. It's a big save, big hand from Sanchez to deny Conor Gallagher again. And having been kept quiet for the first 15 minutes or so, he has been made to work the last couple of minutes. Sterling with a brilliant teasing ball in towards the penalty area, towards Gallagher, who nodded on first time to the far post. Then Sanchez with a big right hand to parry it out of play for a corner, which is swung in towards Havertz. Cleared away by Brighton. Mr. Pinion getting it away. Chelsea win it back. Gallagher, right hand side to Havertz. Mount inside the area, cleared away by Dunk, but not convincingly, and held by Davinson Sanchez in the Brighton Hove Albion goal. Robert Sanchez even in the Brighton Hove Albion goal. Forward it goes towards March. Brighton looking for third now again, up against Cucurella, but dispossessed by Sterling. Lost his cheek. Forward it goes, in towards the path of Kai Havertz. Brighton players retreating back, he's got Pulisic for company, but Havertz is going to go alone, and it's another big save from Sanchez. He's definitely being made to earn his money now. Havertz getting the better of Dunk inside the area, then has a striker goal, and parried out for a corner by the Brighton keeper. Sterling to take out on the left-hand side. It's going to be swung in right-footed towards the back stick. Flick back across goal. Not fully cleared by Chelsea. Sterling up against two. Cleared away by Leandro Trossard. Now Gross. Switch it forward in towards the path of Toma. Kepa had to come racing out to clear away. Goes out for Chelsea throw. 22 minutes played. Brighton Hove Albion 2, Chelsea 0. See pictures of Ben Chilwell on the Chelsea bench. Was told by Graham Potter when he joined the club he was going to be a bigger part of his plans, although the minute hasn't materialised. Was left out of the matchday squad altogether against Brentford. Was told that was because he needed to manage his workload. Not pitch here. Hoping to make an impact. He may have to make an impact at some point later on the way things are going for Chelsea thus far, trailing Brighton and Hove Albion by 2-0 here in the Premier League. Kovacic for Chelsea. Out to Sterling. Kovacic. Shalom. Along this right hand side it goes for Chelsea. Pulisic. National team manager saying he's definitely not a winger, but he's being played out on the right side today. He's the edge of the box. Think about having a go here from the edge of the area. Does decide to have a go. Takes a deflection en route. Cleared away by Brighton, only as far as Cucurella, who will let it go for a Chelsea throw. Midway through the first half, Sterling cleared away by Brighton, who lead Chelsea by 2-0 here in our Premier League live commentary on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. Out to Marsh on the right hand side as Brighton attack in this opening period. Back into the path of Webster. Cleared forward first time. Flicked on by Lallana, but one back by Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher, Cucurella. Back into the path for Thiago Silva. 24 minutes on the clock now. Kovacic, Gallagher, back to Silva. Real entertaining watch this so far. Ruben Loftus-Cheek to Kovacic, still inside their own half. Before the ball goes on towards the path of Havertz, who was looking to find it on the edge of the penalty area, but the pass ran too heavy, and it goes for Brighton home Albion goal kick, and some concerned looks on the faces of the Chelsea fans. Occupy the away end this afternoon, just as a gloomier look on the face of their manager Graham Potter. He's yet 2 taste defeats in the Chelsea dugout yet. He's unbeaten one of 9 matches, means he's got the best unbeaten run to start a tenure of an English Chelsea manager. It's in 1906-07. Estepinian looking to change that towards Trossard, looking for 3-0 with an effort which pokes just the other side of the side netting. Chelsea are Courtois, let's see. Estepinian again in towards Trossard, who first time poked effort on the outside of the bar, and Dezabi's on his feet. He thinks that was a big opening for 3-0. Could have put the game beyond any doubt within the first 25 minutes. Goes to Robert Sanchez in the Brighton goal. Apologies for calling him Davinson previously. Cucurella now in a foot race with Marsh, who's going to take on the back. It goes to Kepali for Balaga. Goes towards the halfway. First time pass from Havertz into the path of Gallagher. Add to Pulisic. Right hand side. Estepinian for company. It's Estepinian who wins it back, but Caicedo couldn't quite keep it, but it is one back. Lallana. Brighton dangerously with the ball and having to play it along their own penalty area, but Pascal Gross gets it away. Towards the path for Sonny March, who battle with Cucurella has been quite an interesting one in the middle part of the field. Ball goes back. It was Wester back to Sanchez, and Havertz managed to get in the middle of the two. Managed to clear their lines for a throw, but my word, was it at that have the potential of being very messy. 27 gone, Brighton 2, Chelsea 0. Gallagher over the top, down. Webster going to fire Brighton back into attack again. Picked on by Thiago Silva. Loftus-Cheek forward towards the path of Havertz, and then feed in Mount. Ball goes out of play. Chelsea throw out on the left hand side as they attack in this opening period. 27.5 play. Brighton 2, Chelsea 0 here on the Flash Score live audio commentary service. It goes out of play for yet another Chelsea throw. Right, looking for options. Look as if there's many likely at this press-up moment in time. Away by Brighton, only as far as Gallagher. Just cheeky going to win it back with Matoma. We're going to drive forward now from Brighton beyond the halfway, looking to get the better of Kovacic, who brings him down. The referee says no to any potential free kick. And Madly not interested at all. Here comes Sterling for Chelsea. Darting down the middle, out towards Havertz, left-hand side, inside the area, but it's a big challenge from Pascal Gross to stop him on his way as he was advancing towards goal and looking to have a strike. Havertz bearing down, looking to pull the trigger, and it's a crucial touch from Pascal Gross to see it out of play for Chelsea corner. Blues are finding their way back into this. Sterling to take. Another right-footed in-swinger. This time to the back post. Spilt by Sanchez. Hooked away in the end. Kovacic plays it back in second time, but Sanchez is going to comfortably hold in the Brighton goal. And then release it quickly. It was almost the perfect passing towards the path of Leandro Trossard, but headed out by Kepa Arrizabalaga, who read the situation well. So it's going to be a Brighton throw on the left-hand side. Coming up towards the half-hour mark, leading by 2-0. Kepa quite visibly not happy between the sticks for Chelsea. Sorry much. Right-hand side, just beyond the half. Sado. Gross. Webster along the line to Lewis Dunk. Gross going to find Trossard, instead elects to play it out to Sonny March. March brings it inside. Trossard, forward it goes, we're going to find March, digs it down. Towards Caicedo has an effort on goal, and that's an effort which just goes wide of goal. Didn't cover the top from Trossard, then Caicedo manages to steer the ball away from a pinball situation inside the penalty area, getting the better of Loftus-Cheek and Cucurella in the process, but his effort smashes the side netting. Brighton go forward again. Matoma this time, cleared away by Chelsea. We now look to move forward with Sterling. Brings it inside from the left into the middle. Out towards Havertz, left-hand side. Can he play across goal? But the ball from Mount in towards his path just ran too heavy. Couldn't quite keep it in play before he could try and flash one across the face of the Brighton goal. It really is end-to-end stuff. Sterling threading it to Mount. First time in towards the path of Havertz, but he couldn't keep it in play. And, well, I think there is some concern for Kepa Arrizabalaga, and I'm not sure whether he's going to stay on the field of play. I have to be honest, because just having a look down on the touchline, Edouard Mendy is warming up for Chelsea. His injury gave Kepa Arrizabalaga the chance between the sticks once again. Now we know famously that League Cup final against Manchester City, where Kepa refused to come off as a substitute. Caballero was due to come on for their manager Maurizio Sarri. He's Brighton in possession with Sonny March, right hand side, moved in towards the path of Lallana, but couldn't get a silly first touch, and so Chelsea clear their lines. Back though by McAllister. Silva though to Kovacic for Chelsea, now on the half, looking to move forward with Kai Havertz, out towards Conor Gallagher, right hand side. Pulisic looking to make an overlapping run. He does so and gets there before Webster, and now Gallagher puts it in towards the path of Mount, who was the only Chelsea player in the air when he made that right-footed cross from around about 25 yards out. 33 minutes played. Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Chelsea 0 here at the Albions. throw by Cucurella, so we will have take 2. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Bournemouth lead Tottenham by 1-0. And then goalless elsewhere between Brentford and Wolves, Palace and Southampton, and Newcastle and Aston Villa. Pulisic for Chelsea out on this right-hand side towards Kovacic. Gives one over the top, out now to Conor Gallagher. Gets his cross in towards the near post, cleared away before finding Havertz. Loftus-Cheek out to Gallagher again. And towards the path of Trevor Shalom. Silva in the middle of the park, plays it out to his left and Cucurella. Stern left side, midway inside the Brighton Hove Albion half, plays it on the line to Cucurella. Kovacic. Going to play it out towards Conor Gallagher, but cleared away by Brighton. This is McAllister. Play it forward in towards the path of Caicedo, but if he blows up for an infringement, ball's threaded through. Let's go into ground, and Chelsea winning a free kick with just over 10 minutes to go until half time, trailing 2-0. Reminder that we do have a live commentary later on this evening, 2 live commentaries later on this evening. We have Fulham up against Everton from 5:30, followed by Liverpool up against Leeds from 7:45. Plenty of action in the Championship as well today. Bristol City and Swansea drawing 1 apiece. Then West Bromwich Albion 0, Sheffield United 2. And the 3 o'clock kickoffs and the big ones at the top end of the table. Burnley 0, Reading 0. Elsewhere Blackburn leading Hull by 1-0. Luton Sunderland 0-0 and Norwich 0, Stoke 0. Havertz towards Sterling, inside the air, left side, brings it inside. Going to get an effort on goal up against 2, but Gross with the challenge and Brighton clear the ball away. Sonny March on the half, out on the right hand side. Looking to play the ball first time in towards the path of Pascal Gross. Goes out of play for Brighton and Hove Albion throw. Throwing with an effort up against Gross. Much contact there. So you are appealing for a penalty. I'm sure you're going to see that one given. Concerned and glum look on the face of Graham Potter. Meanwhile, tomorrow we also have live commentary 2 from the Premier League as Arsenal take on Nottingham Forest from 2 p.m. before Manchester United up against West Ham United from Old Trafford. That is at 4:15. Then there's going to be live commentary from the Scottish Premiership as Livingston take on Celtic at 12. And then in the Liga, I'm going to be back with you tomorrow for Real Madrid against Girona from 3:15. So do join us on the Flash Score audio commentary service for the rest of the weekend's action. Brighton now looking for a third. 27 minutes on the clock. It's the number 7 March on the right hand side, edge of the penalty up against Cucurella. Flashes crossing towards the back stick. It's cleared away by Chelsea, only as far as Estepinian, who signed from Villarreal in the summer. Estepinian again, left hand side inside the air, looking to play a cross goal. And a play by Thiago Silva. Kepa tried to catch it before it went out, but he couldn't quite do so, and so it's going to be a Brighton Hove Albion corner kick out on the left hand side. It's Estepinian with the cross in, goes out for a Brighton corner. Going to be taken by Craig McAllister, the Argentinian. As if Brighton are going to be deploying the train for this one. McAllister to take, right-footed in-swinger. 38 minutes on the clock. Swung in towards a penalty spot and flicked on. Just wide of target. Webster with the header. It was him who detached from the Chelsea train. They just couldn't quite get a clean enough connection to it. He pretty much strikes the ball with the back of his head. Brighton 2, Chelsea 0. It still is here at the Amex Community Stadium. Chelsea haven't lost to Brighton since the first ever meeting between the sides. That was 17 matches ago in 1933. That could change very quickly here. Kroos, right hand side, edge of the penalty, looking to Fred through Caicedo. Chelsea will have a bit of a rest and a bit of a breath as they get a goal kick. 9 play, Brighton 2, Chelsea 0. Just going back to that stat. Beaten in 17 matches against Brighton. That was a 2-1 away defeat back in January 1933. 112 drawn 5. And I think 109 league opponents Brighton and Hove Albion have played in their history. Chelsea are the only team they have never beaten, which is a staggering statistic. McAllister, Trossard, Caicedo, goes out to his left, Matoma now. Mr. Pinyan. And about 5 to go until the break. Brighton Hove Albion 2, Chelsea 0 here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Sonny March switches it from right to left in towards the path of Matoma. Good first touch, now looking to play it across the penalty area when nobody's there, nobody's lurking, and Kukurea can watch it go out for a Chelsea throw. Five to the break. Brighton 2, Chelsea 0 here on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Gallagher deep inside his own half of Chelsea, being retreated back. The free plays on after Gallagher was brought down by Matoma. It goes to Kepa Arrizabalaga on the Chelsea goal. Kukurea. Kovacic. Gallagher first time touch back to Loftus-Cheek, who was restored to the Chelsea starting lineup this afternoon. Kovacic again on the halfway. Kukurea. Silva. Chalobah along the Chelsea backline and now advancing into Brighton territory. But back inside their half it goes with Chalobah. First time pass from Kovacic. Chested down by Havertz. Sterling has Mount on his left hand side but decides to find a passage through the middle which wasn't there. So Lallana for Brighton out to Matoma. Left hand side, driving it. Trevor Chalobah. Trossard. Towards Caicedo. Plays to the course and it's 3-0! Estepinian will take the plaudits. 3 for Brighton. Chelsea in free fall. They cannot quite believe what is happening here at the Amex. Chelsea are imploding before our very eyes. And Brighton, who have been waiting for their victory under their new manager, Roberto De Zerbi, looks as if they're going to be well placed to do it against their former manager, Graham Potter. And it's Estepinian who threads it through, and again it comes off of a Chelsea body. Chalobah with the final touch, which steers it home. It was Caicedo with a pass into Estepinian. Threaded across. Chalobah pokes it into his own net. Nothing Kepa Arrizabalaga could do in the Chelsea goal. 2 minutes ago until the break. Brighton have a 3-0 lead. Sanchez clears the ball forward for Brighton, who have had the first half of dreams. Loftus-Cheek brings it down. Under the pressure of Trossard. One back by March. We'll play it forward in towards the path for Trossard. Last touch coming off of Cucurella, and it goes for a Brighton throw. All eyes and all cameras are now on the Chelsea boss. This has been disastrous for him so far in this first half. And the Brighton fans are giving it some stick, it has to be said. It's them with a throw. About 30 seconds out from half time. Pascal Gross to take. Trossard inside the area, looking for four, has an effort of goal, takes a deflection, and a play for another Brighton corner, and Kepa Aviva Balaga, the Chelsea goal, is going absolutely crazy at his defence. All eyes on Cucurella that time. So Brighton with the corner, McAllister to take, right-footed in swinger. So we tick beyond the 45, 1 minute to be added on, and Chelsea cannot wait to get back into that changing room. Corner, swung in, flicked away, but the second ball is going to come in by Solly March on the right side, up against Sterling. Playing back to Caicedo. Cross goes in, flicked on, and flicked just wide of target by Adam Lallana. And if it was four, well, this would have been dreamland for Brighton. It's as bad as it can possibly get for Chelsea, who have been absolutely shell-shocked in this opening period. And there is the half-time whistle, and Brighton cannot quite believe what is happening here. 3 goals before half-time, 2 of them courtesy of own goals. It was Leandro Trossard who gave them the lead after 4 minutes, courtesy of a gift itself, and then own goals by Trevor Chalobah and Ruben Loftus-Cheek means Chelsea got it all to do in the second half. It's been a horror homecoming for Graham Potter upon his return to the Amex. At half-time here, a sensational scoreline. It is Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Chelsea 0. So the architects of their own downfall, gifting Brighton a first. He had a cross over the strike after 4 minutes before then. Subsequent own goals by Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Trevor Chalobah have given Brighton a 3-0 advantage going into the second half. And Kepa Arrizabalaga coming off at half time for Edouard Mendy. First appearance under new manager Graham Potter. A recurring knee injury seeing him out the first few games, and then the performances of Kepa Arrizabalaga meant that he kept his place as Chelsea's number one between the sticks. But that's going to cause some concern for Spain ahead of the upcoming World Cup. He was named in the long list 55-man squad for the tournament. It could be good news for David De Gea, but Chelsea attacking left to right in the second half, had possession in their chain strip of all gold. Brighton in their traditional blue and white striped shirts, white shorts and white stockings. Kovacic for Chelsea played along the line, and then back by Mount towards the path of Thiago Silva. Out to Cucurella on the left hand side. Mount again, Havertz, Mount, edge of the area. Chelsea with a bit more purpose and poise at the start of the second half. Cross goes in, cleared out by Pascal Gross. And Webster with the telling touch to take it out of play for a Chelsea throw, which Cucurella is going to take. Showing towards the path for Havertz. Turns, looks to flick it back, cleared away by Brighton, only as far as Loftus-Cheek, who will leave it for Chalobah. Kovacic. Chalobah again, 2 minutes in the second half play. Brighton 3, Chelsea 0. Now, this is our only 3 o'clock commentary, but we do have 2 games later on this evening. More of that soon as Loftus-Cheek on the right hand side plays it back to Gallagher. Cross goes in, third time, throws the back stick towards Havertz, who pulls one back for Chelsea. Their perfect start to the second half, and it restores some hope from the beleaguered faces of the Chelsea fans behind the goal to the right. You sense they needed to get one quickly, and it's exactly what they got. Loftus-Cheek getting a bit of Matoma, pulls it back to Gallagher, who plays the cross in first time towards Havertz, who timed his one to perfection. To then dink it past Edouard Mendy, to head it past Edouard Mendy. Havertz, who initially got the better of Adam Webster. So Brighton 3, Chelsea 1. But now here come Brighton again. Matoma brings it inside. Into the box he goes. Up against Loftus-Cheek. Pulls it across. No one could get there in the end. The second effort goes in on goal. Flying in on goal. Flying over the bar. And there's Stepinian, who Brighton get their third before the break is down on the deck. Running a challenge on halfway by Raheem Sterling, who came in from behind. Referee did wave play on, which allowed Matoma to then try and have an effort on goal, but there was no one there supporting in the penalty area. By the time he came in there, it came towards Lallana, but he couldn't get his footing right. Second effort by Pascal Gross flies over the bar. There's going to be a yellow card for Raheem Sterling. For that challenge on Estepinian. Five minutes this second half played. Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Chelsea 1 here at the Amex. in the Premier League. Other games elsewhere. Bournemouth now 2 to the good against Tottenham. Crystal Palace 1 up on Southampton. Newcastle 1 to the good against Aston Villa. That game yet to get back underway for the second half, same as the 0-0 draw currently taking place at the G-Tech Community Stadium between Brentford and Wolves. 2 games later on this evening, both you can hear live on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. From 5:30, it's Fulham up against Everton, and then the late kickoff from 7:45, it is Liverpool up against Leeds. So action across the Championship. The early kickoff saw Bristol City and Swansea draw 1 apiece. Sheffield United getting the better of West Bromwich Albion by 2 goals to 0 at the Hawthorns. Elsewhere, in the 3 o'clock games, Burnley 0, Reading 0, Cardiff 0, Rotherham 0, Coventry 1 up against Blackpool, Huddersfield 1 up against Millwall, Blackburn 1 up away at Hull, Luton 1-0 to the good against Sunderland, Norwich 1-0 up against Stoke at Carrow Road. 1 apiece between Preston and Middlesbrough at Deepdale, and at the DW it is Wigan 0, Watford 0. 51.5 minutes played here at the Amex though in our Premier League offering at 3 o'clock. Brighton and Hove Albion leading Chelsea by 3 goals to 1. Chalobah to take a free kick for Chelsea out on the right hand side, 10 yards from the edge of the half. Cucurella towards Mount, back to Cucurella again. Chalobah. He loses out to Matoma, but Chelsea managed to get it forward with Kovacic, who now in the middle of the park, there beyond halfway, out towards Pulisic. Spaces are now opening up for Chelsea. Havertz inside the area, looking to square it across. Saved by Sanchez, parried away by Sanchez, cleared away by Brighton second time. Havertz. And a player goes for a Hove Albion throw. 52.5 minutes on the clock. Brighton 3, Chelsea 1. Pulisic, who played it in towards the path of Mount, squared across, up with an initial touch and then parried away by Robert Sanchez. The Brighton and Hove Albion goal. So a free kick for Brighton to be taken by Adam Webster. A bit of a concern on the face of Berto De Zerbi, the Brighton manager, who said about, when asked in his press conference yesterday about whether Graham Potter had an advantage in knowing the Brighton players from his time there, he said, football is not a science. Now, his knowledge of the Brighton players means nothing for this game, and at this present moment in time, he's been proven exactly right with that statement. Chalobah, 54 minutes played. Brighton 3, Chelsea 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Loftus-Cheek with a play on forward first time in towards the path of Gallagher. Cleared away by Brighton. We move forward first time in towards the path of Leandro Trossard. Ball goes out of play for Brighton throw, which Toma is going to leave for Estepinian. Played short, back to Estepinian. Dunk. Back in towards the path of Sanchez and the Brighton goal. Cleared first time as far as Chalobah. Silva moving forward. First time pass out, looking to find Sterling, but play back to Sanchez in the Brighton and Hove Albion goal. 55 minutes played. Brighton 3, Chelsea 1. Trossard. Caicedo. Trossard. First time forward. I'm going to find Solly March, but Mendy with virtually his first touch of the ball for Chelsea. Plays it forward into the path of Cucurella, who finds Mount now driving out on this left-hand side. towards Pulisic. He's got Havertz in the middle, looking to find Sterling, cleared away by Estepinian. Chelsea are just beginning to find their mojo a little bit here. Mount. Loftus-Cheek. Towards the path of Raheem Sterling, right hand side. Edge of the penalty area. Cleared away by Matoma. Now forward in towards the path of Estepinian for Brighton. Loftus-Cheek wins it back for Chelsea on the halfway, out on the right hand side for them, but ball goes out of play for a Brighton and Hove Albion throw. Lined up to come on for Chelsea, it looks as if it's going to be Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who is rigorously going through his warm-up instructions. Has been linked with a potential move to Paris Saint-Germain. There's Aubameyang. We actually burst on the scene in Liga with Saint-Etienne all those years ago. After he's joined Chelsea, because joined on deadline day, all the clamour and all the fuss of deadline day revolved around his move to Stamford Bridge, and that was mainly because of the bridges he'd built over the years with Thomas Tuchel. He was dispensed of just 9 days after he signed for Chelsea after a Champions League defeat to Dinamo Zagreb, who Chelsea play on Wednesday night at Stamford Bridge. It'll actually be only the second home game in 7 matches. Incredibly. They do a lot of work away from home recently. Kovacic, back to Silva. Line to Chalobah. Now Gallagher, right hand side towards the edge of the area, in towards the path of Havertz, who moves in towards the penalty area, but cleared away by Brighton. Towards Caicedo, back by Havertz, but illegally in the eyes of Andy Madley, so it's going to be a free kick to Brighton. Towards Trossard. Inside the air on the left-hand side, up against Chalobah, but Trossard winning the race, but the pair spinning each other around, and Chalobah wins out in the end. We thought he won out in the end. Trossard in possession now for Brighton to Estepinian, left-hand side, edge of the penalty area. McAllister. Everton goal from Lallana takes a deflection. 58.5 minutes played. Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Chelsea 1. Webster driving forward, out to Lallana, moved out to the right hand side into Sonny March. Webster, cross goes in, held by Mendy in the Chelsea goal. Easy take for the Chelsea keeper. Cycles it forward first time in towards the path for Kovacic. Chalobah towards Loftus-Cheek. Mount. Chelsea, who started the second half quite brightly and got the goal very quickly, then just moved back to the kind of pedestrian pace of the first half. Half an hour to find 2 goals to level this game up. Pulisic near to the box out on the left-hand side towards Mount more centrally. Has a go at goal, has a pop, but his effort strays well wide of target. Pulisic's playing along in towards the path of Mount, but his effort strays well wide of the target. Sanchez plays it along the line and out to his left-hand side. Goes out of play for a Chelsea throw with exactly half an hour remaining. Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Chelsea 1. Score here from the Amex. Cucurella to Mount. Kovacic. Loftus-Cheek, edge of the air, brings it inside. Has a go at goal, takes a deflection on its way, and it goes out for a Chelsea corner. And I was just saying, Chelsea may be waiting for that second spark, and it may have just come there. Loftus-Cheek bringing it inside, no one up against him. Last touch coming off a dunk. It's a Chelsea corner, Mount to take, right-footed in-swinger from the right-hand side. Towards the penalty spot. Flicked on. Chalobah looking to get there second time. It's Havertz. Couldn't get a clean strike of it. Matoma clears in the end. And it was carnage in the Brighton penalty area. Kovacic deep inside the Chelsea half. All right to Chalobah. Silva. Chalobah again. Crossfield ball forward towards Havertz, who's ran free, looking to find Sterling. Basically threaded the pass through. Dunkwiver timed back heel interception to stop it on his path, and it's held by Sanchez in the Brighton goal. And now the Seagulls look to go forward, looking to find a fourth, incredibly. Caicedo, Toma. Loftus-Cheek, forward it goes first time. Cleared away by Brighton, 62 on the clock. 3-1 the Seagulls lead. Havertz looking to get the ball under control with two up against him midway inside the Brighton half, but it is the home side who get it away. Lallana in the better of Chalobah. Referee says no to a free kick, but Trossard picks it up for the Seagulls. He's got Estepinian on his left. He wants to find him, but he may think of threading it in. He will thread it in towards the path of Estepinian, but it runs out of play for a goal kick, and Silva just watching it on its way. So Chelsea to make two changes, Aubameyang and Chilwell to come on here, and it's going to be Raheem Sterling to come off in place of Aubameyang, and Christian Pulisic, the other man, to come off. So Sterling and Pulisic off in replacement of Aubameyang and Chilwell. So Chelsea now making three changes up to this point. White's also set now to make a change. The flurry of subs continues here. Looks as if Mark Cucurella is going to come off for Chelsea. A little bit of confusion here. So initially it was going to be Pulisic that came off, but they decided instead it's going to be Cucurella, who is the man who comes off for Chilwell, which makes more tactical sense at least. And it's going to be Adam Lallana to come off here for Brighton, to be replaced by Ciso. Cucurella, whose return to the Amex is as bad as it could have possibly have got. He's been hooked off after an hour. Chelsea under the pump again. Another effort on goal from Brighton. It was Mitoma that time. Then led it across to Leandro Trossard. Chelsea again sloppy in possession. Mendy giving it away. Mitoma then played in Trossard through the legs of Chalobah in the process. Has an effort goal, and it's a comfortable take by Mendy, the Chelsea goal. But forward comes Chelsea with Pulisic, who almost did come off a couple of seconds ago, and comes off second best in the race with Lewis Dunk. So confirmation of the Chelsea change has just come up on our screen, and it is Cucurella off for Chilwell. So initial confusion because Pulisic's number did come up. This is Havertz for Chelsea, who's definitely off the pitch. Aubameyang, who also came on amongst those flurry of substitutions. Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek, out to Pulisic, who's looking to put a cross in. Left-footed, takes the deflectional route by Mr. Pignan. Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher, right side, in towards Pulisic, moves in more centrally, decides to have a swipe at goal, cleared away by Brighton. Enciso now with his first touch of the ball, cleared away by Thiago Silva, as far as Chilwell. He plays it in towards the path of Aubameyang, the two substitutes linking up into the area, it goes. Gallagher now putting Sanchez under pressure. Manages to clear it away towards Mitoma. One back by Chalobah for Chelsea, but it's an awkward moment as Silva has to get away from Mendy because Enciso wasn't lurking. They still look unsteady at the back, Chelsea. 7.5 minutes play. Brighton leading 3-1. This is Chilwell. Havertz. Mount to Kovacic. Moves in towards the Brighton half. And wins Chelsea a free kick after Enciso clips him as he played the ball back. Late challenge, clip of the hill. Behind for Enciso. Chelsea come forward again. Sado winning it back. Brighton, Chelsea on the halfway with it. 68.5 minutes played. Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Chelsea 1. Shallow. Back to Edouard Mendy in the Chelsea goal. Kovacic, Havertz, beyond the halfway, and it goes to Aubameyang. He's got Mount, Gallagher and Pulisic in support, but Aubameyang goes alone, forces a save from Sanchez. Pulisic reacts first to the second ball. Loftus-Cheek, cross goes in, and it goes. Corner kick to Chelsea. Aubameyang deciding to bring the ball inside, strike it right-footed. Curled across goal, parried away by Robert Sanchez. So Mount to take the corner, right-footed, in-swinger for Chelsea. Towards a penalty spot, flicked away, back in by Chilwell, who plays it across the penalty area. No one could get a connection to it. 20 minutes to go, Chelsea still needing to find 2 more goals. Graham Potter pleased with what he's seen, but looking to see a bit more urgency from his Chelsea side. Brighton 3, Chelsea 1, and still the concern looks on the face of the Chelsea fans. Some fingernails beginning to be chewed. Kovacic for Chelsea, beyond the halfway. He's got Aubameyang running in if he can find him. He does find Aubameyang, but well read by the right defence of Caicedo and Duncan, and it feeds its way back to Robert Sanchez in the Brighton and Hove Albion goal. 20 minutes to go. Brighton 3, Chelsea 1. Chelsea dominating possession in the second period, dominating the chances in the second period. Brighton just happy to soak up the pressure. They may have to do it again because Estepinian loses possession. It's won back by Chalobah. Loftus-Cheek out to Pulisic on the right-hand side for Chelsea. Gallagher. Back to Thiago Silva inside his own half. Havertz to Mount. Back to Havertz again. Mason Mount. Chilwell out on the left if he can find him. He does. Short to Kai Havertz. Mount. Havertz again. He's got Gallagher in support if he can find him. Which he does. Out to Chilwell again. Left-hand side. 5 yards from goal. Played short to Gallagher. Mount under pressure, loses out, but brought down illegally in the eyes of Andy Madley. It was Callister with the challenge and Chelsea a free kick, and Brighton going to make another change. Mitoma, who has been so impressive for Brighton today, really has ran his socks off for the cause. He's going to be replaced by Tariq Lamptey, who has been rumoured to be potentially joining Chelsea in the January transfer window. One of a number of Brighton players that has been linked with Chelsea since Potter's come in. Free kick then for the Blues. Kovacic floats the ball into the penalty area, and Duncan just chest it back down towards the path of Sanchez in the Brighton goal. 72.5 minutes played. Brighton 3, Chelsea 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Chelsea in possession again. Gallagher, edge of the box. Of course, have it inside the area. Mount has a go at goal, but it's a comfortable take for Sanchez between the sticks. Newcastle 3-0 to the good against Aston Villa. Palace 1 up against Southampton. 1-1 between Brentford and Wolves. Tottenham have brought it back to 2 apiece against Bournemouth. Leandro Trossard down on the ground following a challenge by Chalobah, who just caught him from behind. So Brighton with a free kick. It's going to be taken by Lewis Dunk out on the left-hand side for Brighton, playing it for the first time in towards the path of Enciso. Ball ran too heavy, so go out of play for Chelsea throw. It's going to be taken by Loftus-Cheek on the right-hand side, right on the edge of their own penalty area. Brighton with the ball back. Enciso. Find his way into the box, dispossessed by Chelsea. Enciso then with a swipe. Trossard also getting in on the action, and Chelsea win a free kick. Cheek and Trossard with the battle of Trossard bringing him down. Roberto De Zerbi on the Brighton touchline is incensed at that decision. He's not going to be incensed at the scoreline because with quarter of an hour left to play, is Brighton Hove Albion side lead Chelsea by 3-1. It's actually just the second time in a league game here at the Amex this season where both sides have scored. Last time that happened was Brighton's 6-2 victory against Leicester, which turned out to be Graham Potter's last game in charge of the club. Loftus-Cheek for Chelsea on this right-hand side, inside his own half, with a quarter of an hour remaining. Back to Edouard Mendy in the Chelsea goal. Kovacic in the middle. He's been the engine in midfield for Chelsea today. In towards the path of Mount. He's got Chilwell in support. Into the area it goes. Cleared away. This is Havertz. Chilwell. Cross goes it towards the near stick, but a comfortable take for Sanchez in the Brighton goal. Cleared out first time. This is Estepinian for Brighton. Beyond the halfway. In towards Enciso. You may think about having a pop. Does have a pop. But again, a comfortable catch for Mendy between the sticks for Chelsea. It could have been the moment that sealed the game for the Seagulls, but Enciso, who had space opening up, decided to fashion a chance at goal. Couldn't find the back of the net. Mount to Chilwell, just beyond the halfway for Chelsea. Chalobah. Loftus-Cheek. Back to Chalobah. Gallagher. Kovacic. In towards the path of Mount. Out to Chilwell. Everton support. Finds it now. Mount. Gallagher looking to find the first time pass in towards Aubameyang, but cleared away by Brighton, who now look to break with Enciso, who gets his way forward now. He's one-on-one up against Thiago Silva. He's got support alongside him in way of Trossard, but Enciso decides to go for goal himself. Takes the deflection out of play for a corner. And Trossard is absolutely livid. He couldn't find the pass towards him because he would have been one-on-one with Edouard Mendy in the Chelsea goal, and Brighton would have had a golden opportunity for 4. He had the chance to play the pass through, but decided the better option was to go for it himself. His effort took a deflection out for a corner. So Chelsea to make a change, but not quite now. They're going to wait for the corner to come in, but Armando Broja is ready and waiting for Graham Potter's side. But first up for them is the defender corner, which is going to be taken by Solly March, right-footed, swung in. 78 played. Brighton 3, Chelsea 1. And it is the Seagulls with a corner on this right-hand side. Swung in towards the near post. Flicked on, flicked away. But it's going to be another bite of the cherry as Estepinian picks up possession for the Seagulls. The second cross goes in. Flicked on by Webster. Cleared away by Conor Gallagher. Again, just couldn't quite get a clean connection to his header. All swung in by Estepinian. Webster hitting the ball with the back of his head. Get anything true on it. Chelsea are going to make 2 changes. Hakim Ziyech is also going to come on, and it looks as if Conor Gallagher is going to be the one to come off here for Chelsea. So is Christian Pulisic, who Pulisic was going to come off in the first round of substitutions. He's definitely going to come off now. So Pulisic and Gallagher off, and they're going to be placed by Broja and Ziyech. Chelsea got 10 minutes to find 2 goals to salvage a point here at the Amex. Trossard giving Brighton the lead after 5 minutes of thought. Subsequent own goals by Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Trevor Chalobah gave Brighton a 3-0 lead at the break, and then Kai Havertz 3 minutes after the restart, giving Chelsea some kind of hope in this match. Hope is dwindling as the minutes go on. It's Brighton currently in possession, but they knock the ball out of play. It's going to be a Chelsea throw out on the left-hand flank as they attack about 5 yards from the edge of their half, and the throw goes back to Edouard Mendy in the Chelsea goal, who came on as a Half-time substitute for Kepa Arrizabalaga. First time ball forward in towards the path of Aubameyang, who's looking to get between the middle of both Duncan Webster. Couldn't quite do so. So it's going to be cleared away by Tariq Lamptey for Brighton. Chelsea win a free kick. Sonny March committing the foul. Chelsea wanted to take it quickly. The referee said no. Chelsea in possession with Kovacic, Chalobah, Hakim Ziyech. Back to Chalobah, but back into the path of Ziyech again. Loftus-Cheek right hand side, 25 yards from goal. He's got Ciso for company. Hakim Ziyech back to Chalobah. Chalobah switching sides, looking to find Mason Mount. Out towards the path of Chilwell. Broja and Aubameyang inside the penalty area. Cross goes in towards the back stick, looking to find Aubameyang. But it is another comfortable take for Sanchez in the Brighton goal. Teasing ball in by Chilwell, but couldn't quite get the required venom to it. Caicedo. Aubameyang looking to feed in Broja, but couldn't quite. Ciso. Cleared away by Chalobah, but Brighton going to move forward, but it's Ciso fouling Chalobah, and so free kick to Chelsea. They just pretty much wrestled Chalobah down to the deck there. So 82 minutes played. Brighton and Hove Albion 3. Chelsea 1 at the Amex. Will be a sizable result in the Premier League. Result that would put Brighton back up into the top 7 in the Premier League and keep Chelsea in 5th place. As things stand, Newcastle are heading to 3rd in the table, leading Aston Villa by 4-0. Brighton currently drawing 2-2 at Bournemouth. Manchester City currently top of the pile, 29 points from 12. Arsenal second, 28 from 11. Loftus-Cheek being brought to ground on the edge of the penalty area on the right-hand side by Enciso, who has tested the patience of Andy Madley, but now maybe test his patience one step too far because he's now going to go into the book. Hakim Ziyech over this free kick. This is Mason Mount. 83 minutes played here at the Amex. Brighton and Hove Albion 3. Chelsea 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Ziyech, the man to put his hand up, but it looks more likely it's going to be Mount to take. Ziyech puts his hand up. He's going to take, swung to the back post, and I'll tell you what, it nearly went in itself. But Aubameyang lurking at the back stick. Well, it nearly floated its way all the way past Sanchez in the Brighton goal. In some senses, it was almost too good a delivery. Six minutes to go. 6 minutes for Brighton to hold on to this 2-goal lead. McAllister going to play before finding Lamptey. Chelsea throw. Now on the halfway. Left-hand side as they attack. Moved in centrally now towards the half of Havertz, who's been forced back. Ziyech into the path of Loftus-Cheek. Havertz again. Loftus-Cheek again. 5.5 minutes plus stoppage time to go here. Winning possession back with Estepinian towards Caicedo. Ciso. Estepinian again. Brighton due to make another change shortly. They have in possession in the attacking third, but Ball pass forward from Pascal Gross in towards the path of Leandro Trossard means that Mendy can comfortably collect for Chelsea, begin the attack from the back. Mount in the middle of the park, out in the centre. Into the path of Chalobah, midway inside the Chelsea half. Thiago Silva. Mistake led to the opening goal. Now Loftus-Cheek, right hand side for Chelsea, bearing down on the Brighton goal. Ziyech, Loftus-Cheek, right hand side. Inside the box was Havertz, who skied an effort wider goal. A brilliant opportunity from inside the area. First time effort, he scuffs it and he skies it. Great ball in towards Loftus-Cheek on the right hand side, who plays it across. First time in towards the path of Havertz. Couldn't keep his effort under control. And Leandro Trossard to be the man to come off for Brighton here, to a standing ovation around the Amex, to a person. He's going to be replaced by Sarmiento for the final 5 minutes or so. So Sanchez with the ball forward, cleared away by Loftus-Cheek. Gross swings it back, hooks it back in towards the Chelsea danger zone, and Ciso looking to make a run, but the ball went out of play before he attempted to latch onto any effort. 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go here at the Amex. Brighton 3, Chelsea 1 here in the Premier League on the Flash Score Live audio commentary service. Reminder, 2 late kickoffs, which we're bringing you live commentary of this evening. Fulham against Everton from 5:30, and then Liverpool versus Leeds from 7:45 this evening. Do enjoy Charlie Gordon and Joshua Smith for that. Just again on Mark Cucurella here at the Amex. Our world feed pictures that we're looking at the action on. And the gloomy look on his face as the Brighton player down out on the far side here. There are some real taunts from the Brighton fans towards Cucurella, which is why the cameras are on him. There's nothing better, is there, than getting one over on your manager who is left to go on to a bigger project at Chelsea, join a bigger club in Chelsea. Brighton fans are having a field day, and they are making sure that they are lapping up every last second of it. Solly March goes off to see treatment. Play will get back underway with a drop ball. Sanchez with possession for Brighton. The ball goes, brought down by Sarmiento, back by Loftus-Cheek, but now this is Pascal Gross, but Sarmiento deemed to have brought down Loftus-Cheek illegally in the eyes of Andy Madley. 30 seconds plus stoppage time to go here at the Amex Stadium. Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Chelsea 1. Roberto De Zerbi so close to his first victory, Brighton and Hove Albion manager, and to inflict a first defeat for Graham Potter upon his return to this ground. Into stoppage time we go. 5 minutes added on. 5 minutes for Chelsea to find 2 goals. Chilwell. Back to Mendy. Launched forward first time. Flicked on, but one back by Brighton. But then one back by Armando Broja. Chilwell. Crossfield ball from left to right. In towards the path of Hakim Ziyech, who does well to keep it in play. But then knocked out by Estepinian. And Hakim Ziyech wins Chelsea a corner. Nervous look, an anxious look on the face of Graham Potter. Every man back for Brighton. Near enough every man forward for Chelsea apart from Mendy. Corner kick to be swung in by Mount, right footed towards the penalty spot and flicked away, only as far as Kovacic, and now cleared away by Brighton. Tariq Lamptey, referee weighs play on after he was initially fouled in the eyes of the referee by Kovacic. Lamptey, right hand side. Ball goes out, Chelsea throw. Hakim Ziyech doing the job again for Chelsea. But the Brighton fans thought that he got the last touch. Brighton fans are also appealing for a foul on Lamptey by Ziyech. Well, Enciso with an effort on goal, punched away by Mendy, winning possession back. Enciso can finish it off towards close for 4-1. It is a seaside dream for Brighton and Hove Albion. By Mendy, who then managed to then thread the ball across in towards the path of Pascal Gross, who finishes off the job for Brighton and Hove Albion. An incredible afternoon here at the Amex, an incredible result for Brighton and a crushing blow for Chelsea. However, it looks as if we might get our first look at VAR. A look for potential offside against Gross. It was him and Silva, the two they were looking at. But he's been ruled onside. The goal counts. Just to compound the misery on Graham Potter's Chelsea. Brighton, who had never beaten Chelsea in a league fixture before today, have gone and done it by scoring 4. Still a minute and a half of stoppage time remaining here. Chelsea's hopes have been dashed by a late sucker punch. But it was the 2 own goals in the first half that ultimately came to cost them in the end. The first goal coming from a defensive error by Thiago Silva. Chelsea have only got themselves to blame for this defeat. A brilliant victory this is for Brighton and Hove Albion, who have got a minute, those fans, just to soak it up and enjoy it. And Brighton in possession now. They couldn't do the unthinkable and get 5, could they? Estepinian. Sarmiento. They're going to go for a 5th. I'm sure of that. He's got Estepinian on the overlap if he wants him on this left-hand side. Edge of the box here for Brighton and Hove Albion. Cross goes in towards the back stick. It fires out of play for a goal kick. None of it matters with 20 seconds remaining and Brighton leading by 4 goals to 1. And there was some question marks upon the Brighton manager before this game got started. Well, those questions have been emphatically answered here. They're seconds away from a first victory under him. a statement victory at that. Roberto De Zerbi's first victory for Brighton and Hove Albion comes against Graham Potter, who left Sussex for Stamford Bridge less than 2 months ago. It's a first defeat in charge of Chelsea for Potter, but what a day it is for Brighton and Hove Albion. Victors by 4-1. The first goal was a gift. Thiago Silva giving the ball away, and then Trossard getting his footing right in the end to poke it home to make it 1-0 after 4 minutes. Then 2 own goals before half-time gave Brighton a 3-0 advantage at the break. Chelsea did come out firing at the start of the second period. They pulled one back within 3 minutes of the restart, but then a late goal right at the very end from Pascal Gross has sealed a 4-1 victory for Brighton and Hove Albion. It has been a gloomy day upon his return to the Amex for Graham Potter and for Chelsea. It has been a statement result from the Seagulls, who get back to winning ways in some style. It's finished here at the Amex. Brighton and Hove Albion 4, Chelsea 1.